And welcome back to No Man's Sky, everybody. ElanPaul here, and here we are doing our abandoned Permadeath nostartership challenge. I think that covers all of it. This would be episode 4. So as you saw in the long episode in the previous week, we finally got our ship. We got, and of course it turned out to be a hauler, as we kind of, expected it would turn out to be. Something like that anyway. And it looks like, I gotta hit the right button here, we've got all of our major components fixed, okay? So we've got our hyperdrive fixed. It's charged up a little bit. We really could use some more charge on that. We've got launch thrusters, we got the photon cannon, we got our shields. So hyperdrive, launch thrusters, and of course the pulse drive. Okay, so we've got things ready to go. This does not have a very great hyperdrive range. It's 310. I mean, it's good. It's good. This is giving us 174 extra light years. But, it's going to be a lot of jumps. I mean, at 310 light years, it's going to take us at least 15 to 20 jumps to get to the center once we get to a portal. So that's going to be really interesting. So I don't know if I want to do that, or if I want to go find a dissonance system, see if we can find ourselves a sentinel ship, which has 1,000 light year range, and then we're looking at 5 jumps. But how much time do we spend looking for that in comparison with, doing all those jumps? So, yeah. Plus the sentinel ship's cooler. They're different. The thing is that we're not going to get attacked by anything. So we shouldn't have to worry about firepower. The only thing we have to worry about is sentinels, and as long as I don't piss them off, I should be all right, right? I'm pretty much thinking that that's the case. So we've got about, 4.5 hours into this, and I think it's time to go. So, since we had to reload to come back, we can take advantage of something anyway. What's in my inventory and my person? Let me see here. Okay, so we do have a Viking dagger. Is this an old Viking system? Is that what we're looking at? See, it's been a couple weeks since I played it. Hold on. That's the button. Too many other games that you play. It is a Viking system, so we can find a portal. Oh, interesting. We just need to find a monolith. Well, that changes things. So why don't we find a portal while we're here, then we'll look for a dissonance system. What do you think? I like this idea. Nope, we don't want to sit. I think we have to go to the other side, don't we? Yeah, I think we have to go to the other side. Alright, other side we go. Because they have upgrades in sometimes they have upgrades in those containers that are in these abandoned stations now. It's one of the big things they added recently. With the abandoned mode, or in the abandoned mode, they added something like these containers here. Oh, it shows that I've already taken them all. How fascinating. So it didn't reset those. All right, good deal. We do have the multi-tool upgrade area, so we got everything we need as far as that's concerned. Right? Yeah, I think we're done. All right, then let's get out of here. No use in wasting any more time. Let's go find a portal. So we have to find a monolith. We haven't checked all of the planets in this area. We've only landed on came from the one planet that we started on. So we got some work to do, I guess. Alright, that's an unknown. Let's check it out. I'd like to find a moon. I wonder if we have a moon anywhere. Bleak? Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah, there's a planet beyond it, but we can see it by the rings back over there. So that's not a moon. Is that a moon? It's an unknown planet. Okay. Aggressive. Oh, isn't that pleasant? Nope, I'm not going to go there. That's an unknown. What do we got there? Contaminated. Gamma root, uranium, that kind of stuff. Uranium could come in handy, though. And I think that's the planet we came... Nope, that's not it either. A lot of planets in the system. Charred. Hot. Selenium, sodium. Okay, nothing special there. There's the planet we came from. And we got a drop pod. Yeah, there's the portal. So we already know where the portal is. We just have to go through. Huh. Do we have any glyphs yet? Did we do that? No, we don't have any glyphs. I think that's what the problem is here. Let me check here. Hold on. That is under collected knowledge. Then the atlas. Portal glyphs. Yeah, we have none. Oh, that's what it is. So we have to find ourselves a glyph. Okay. Alright. And we can't jump far with this ship, so I'd love to find a planet that has a moon. A system that has a planet that has a moon. And I'm pretty sure that that is not over there. So we're going to skip these planets here. We're going to go to another system. And that planet is way the heck out there. Low atmo is what we're looking for. Okay, well, thank you for coming. Let's head for that planet. So at the time I'm recording this, I have also been doing a fugitive run, as some of you have seen in the live series that I've been doing. And in the fugitive run, we found ourselves a rare object. Let's check it out. Oh, God, no. Heck no. Don't fly into that. That is a rare object, but occasionally those will pop up, and if you weren't paying attention and you flew into it, woo, who knows where you would have ended up. And we've already got a portal here, so, you know. And there's no return black hole. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing. So, yeah. Can't do that. So, yeah, in the fugitive run, we found a low-atmo moon, and we started bouncing around on that thing. And through one of our viewers, and actually a YouTube content creator himself, Quagmire, was on there and said, stay near the equator and run along the equator, east and west, and see what you can find. So I'm going to try to do that here. This is a little more mountainous than I was hoping for. But it's okay. Let's go along here. Wouldn't it be fun if a glyph popped up? Or grave? Let's see where we are. Let's look at our coordinates. Oh, not bad. We are almost at the equator already. Look at that. Son of a gun. Okay, so let's go north. A little faster because we're going really slow. And we're almost there. Okay, good. This looks good. Alright. And we'll go east, and I'm going to go ahead and land my ship. Is that? No, it's not. It can't be. I swore there was something over there. Alright, not important. Not important. Okay, so here we are. First things we're going to check is we're going to check our thrusters on our ship, launch thrusters. Let's see, where are they? Right here, 70%. We need that fully charged, so we're going to take some of the uranium that we still had, and we're going to put it in here. And we're going to take the uranium on our person and jump it in there, too, while I'm thinking of it. Alright, life support. Let's do that. Okay, good. Probably not going to need that by Keen Dagger. Alright, so we're going to head in a direction, and guess that's pretty much it, right? And we're going to look through here and just take a quick look around. And we don't need any nanites, that's for sure. I think we're good there. And alright, so I don't see anything. Okay, so east it is. Let's go ahead and start heading east and see what we can find. And off we go. And the beauty of a low-atmo planet is that you can stay aloft, usually at a pretty good amount. Now, the thing is, I have no upgrades. Oh, crap. Right. I did forget about the fact that I'm also Permadeath, so gotta be careful. There we go. I don't even know how much oxygen we have. How much we have? 353? That's fine. That's fine. Okay. And we're going to use our ship as a spot to... basically, it's a marker. That's what it is for us. So we know that, you know, the ship should be due west from us, just about. So that's fine. And we got to keep remaining or looking through our visor to see if we can find a grave. So we're going to give that a shot. Thing is, because I don't have any upgrades for my jetpack, I've got to be careful. So we're not going to go as far as quickly as I was doing in my abandoned run. And we're going to keep, if you look at our location, it's at negative 0.05. So that is just about dead on the equator. If I can just get over these weird hills, man, I tell you. And you see life support is dropping really fast. Of course I'm going to get a second. I don't like you. Go away. Alright. Just need a grave here, guys. Just need a grave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get some life support here. Didn't I put life support? Didn't I charge up my life support? Could have swore I did. Let me see. Yeah, I did. It's at 100% right now. Wow, look at the life support drop. Okay, so that might be a problem here. We're going to have to just keep picking up the oxygen as we go. And never mind, we already found an unknown grave. So Ognum, you are the man. I will have to remember this. So we have our grave. That is fabulous. Absolutely incredible. I honestly don't believe this. I'm shocked right now. I turned my camera on if it really made a difference, but must be in survival. No, survival. No, that's right. I have extra. I went with the regular, ordinary. What do you call it? Inventory space. Not regular, but I went one step higher than severe, so I can carry 500 in these things.
Technology recharge.
So, good deal. Unbelievable. A grave within 5 minutes? How long have we been recording? 11 minutes. 11 minutes after we start, we find a grave. What is the chances of that, right? It's the luck of the Jason, guys. It's the luck of the Jason. Jason luck today. I should really go all the way then. But this might be the last episode for this. Wink. Alright. Not going to worry about what they're saying. It really does make a difference. You'd think there'd be a lot more graves in the area, though. You know, honestly. Optical drill. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. Is that the right spot? Yes, it is. Good. Alright. So, we can just take the... Well, yeah, call our ship in. Let's see. Here we go. Do we have any other ships? I don't know if we do. I think we just have our starter ship, right? Yep, that's it. We traded the starter ship for the crashed one. That's right. All right, good deal. So, yeah, that was quick. We have our one glyph, right? Oh yeah, and because of that, we had to. It uses up all the fuel in your launch thrusters, so I will put all that in there. Okay, good deal. 70%. All right, so now we got to go back to the portal, and we'll take the portal through to the other universe. Okay, not the other universe, pardon me, the other system that's going to be closest, because we're going to use the one glyph to get where we're going. So, and that is going to be an idea for another challenge, but we'll get to that another time. Alright, so we're heading for the portal, and yeah, that's going to be... See, once we hit the portal, then we have to decide, are we going to just get a whole bunch of supplies, get a whole bunch of warp cores, and just warp jump to every single system on the way in, and use the actual hauler to get there? I think we should. I think that stays to the nature of this particular run. So this will make this run about a 5-hour run all total. So, not bad. I'd say it's not bad at all. Though it may make for a shorter episode. But again, we have to make a lot of jumps, which means we're going to have to get a lot of materials. A lot of warp cells. Nope, that's the wrong spot. I don't care about the ancient road. There we go. Alright, we're coming in. Yeah, fly our brick down to the planet. Okay. Alright, oh, and the other thing we gotta do, we're gonna have to gather supplies in order to open the portal. So there's the other thing, right? Okay, there we go. Take a quick look around, make sure we don't have anything else near us that we can use. There is a building right there, but it's got a sentinel near it, so you know what that is. Got another unknown building over there, so we'll keep that in mind. Maybe we'll hit these unknown buildings, check things out. And curious deposits, okay. Alright, let's see if we have the materials needed to open up this, and then we'll gather up whatever else we need. Okay, so, starting at the top. Sodium. Hydrogen, we're probably going to need a ton more of that. We have no copper, so we're going to have to go out and find some copper. We definitely have carbon and condensed carbon. Sodium. Wrong one. Okay, sodium. Go with some oxygen. I know we have plenty of that. Okay, dihydrogen. Okay, more condensed carbon, sodium. Dihydrogen. Looks like we had enough of it. Alright, so we need a crap ton of copper is what we need. Alright, let's look for some copper. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Salt. Got copper at 384, so we can go there. Copper. Salt. Ammonia. Copper at 187. That's the one. Hopefully a pretty decent deposit, because I'd hate to have to go look for another one because this one was a piece of crap. But, you know, things happen. So. Whoop. Oh, crap. Hate when that happens. Will it take cobalt? I don't remember. I think it would, but I think that was one of the other elements it would take. I don't know. Hate when our jetpack is not strong enough to get us out of a hole. Alright, where to go? It's over there. Yeah, this ought to work. Now, I do want to get a bunch of it because we do need to make some chromatic metal at some point. So, once we get the portal ready to go, we'll turn a lot of this into chromatic metal. So we need to, again, make some warp cells and stuff. A lot of warp cells. You know what we should do? We should go look around for other elements, like some buried caches and stuff like that, because sometimes you can get like emerald and indium, things like that from the caches. That we can turn into a great amount of the stuff that we need. I think we need some ferrite dust, if I remember correctly, too. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to mine this in the small mode in order to get as much out of it as possible. How we doing? 53, 52. Okay. Alright, doing good, doing good. Very lucky run so far. I mean, think about it. We even got toxic protection. I mean, that's not bad. The longest time taken was basically going after the ship when it found it, you know, that far away, you know, 2 hours away. Probably more closer to 2.5. But still, not bad, you know, honestly. By the way, yeah, we do need some ferrite. There we go. These. Figure since there's no sentinels flying around me right now, let's go ahead and get a little extra ferrite. I think ferrite, if I remember correctly, is used in the making of the antimatter. That's correct. Antimatter capsules for the warp cells that we need to make. Shield module. Or what? Ship? Exosuit. Okay. What's it give us? Not bad. I can handle that. That's pretty cool. Alright.
Toxic protection falling.
About time, right? There we go. And there we go. I think that's probably enough, right? 234? And we got some magnetized out of it. I'll hang on to the magnetized. It's not like we're hurting for inventory space at the moment. Does there happen to be any buried tech anywhere nearby? Pardon me, buried cache. There's one there. Let's just check it out real quick. Maybe we'll get lucky. And we'll check these, because we could get upgrades out of them, but we're mostly going to get nanites. That was a pretty good boost for an unamplified jetpack there. That was kind of weird, but I'll take it. Nope, just got that. Why do we have an artifact chart? That's interesting. Well, hang on to it. I think I know. Oh, that's right. I got it from that archive. That's right. These won't carry anything for us.
Life support power low.
Yep. Not anymore. Okay, good. Let's go open our portal. There we go.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
3 and 4. Okay.
Technology recharge.
Oh, wait a minute. What did we miss here? Let's use smokes.
Technology recharge.
Would you cut that out? I hate when it does that.
Recharge.
Like, takes portions. You take the whole thing and you put it in there, and it thinks that there's portions in your own planet. So, who knows? Okay. So we're going to activate the portal. We only have the one glyph, but that's all we need. We just need the sunset. And as some of you may or may not know, if you just put all suns in there like this, it'll tell you that this transport error location corrupted, and it's going to get you to the closest location. And that world that you go to, that system you go to, is going to be about 5,000 or a little bit more than that, 5,000 light years from the center. Now, if you go into the hyperspace menu and you take a look at the top left corner, you're going to find you're like 170,000 light years from the center. So it tells you how much of a jump you're taking here when we do this. So here we go, big jump. Approximate planet. We have no idea what planet we're coming to. This could be a aggressive sentinel planet. Maybe there could be horrible weather going on. We won't know. Okay, so far so good. First contact. Intermittent twisted. Observant. Okay, so that's good. Resources are calm. It's a heated atmosphere, so we're hot. How hot? 151 degrees. And it's not activated metals. That is really interesting. What is that? That is really neat. Boundary failure, Mon. The red giant consumes its setting between spatial shatterings on the system that caused the formation of a singularity. Space-time is becoming malleable. I am unable to depart. In the ashes of a dead world, I exhumed the corpse of the ship that has sent a message to me across the millennia. The ship that knew my name, crushed and warped by unimaginable forces. I could barely recognize it. But I see a corroded... Wow, Odvinsko hyperdrive, a cryopod, the same as my ship's. My vessel is buried here. The voice is mine. I am warning myself. This monument on the left side commemorates the historic meeting of Kutenjo and All Might on August 6, 2018, 8:50. We just came across a planet that I think is one of the original planets in the Euclid system. I think that's what we're looking at here. Okay, so, sorry about that. Got interrupted by a phone call. Interesting. My vessel is buried here. The voice is mine. I am warning myself. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen anything like this before. I don't think I can do a screenshot, can I? Gotta take a screenshot of this. The game may crash. I don't know. We'll see. But I swear I'm going to get that before it crashes. Good enough. Good enough. That is crazy. Nope, didn't crash. And that's all this is. Holy moly. I have never seen anything like that, guys. That's a first for me. So this is one of these planets. I got Titan worms here. What in the world? This is craziness. Okay, so we may be... I don't know. Has anyone ever seen anything like this before? Put it in the comments. I'm probably going to have a short on it, and I'll put that out there and ask people, has anyone ever seen this before? This is the first time I've ever seen this in No Man's Sky. So, craziness. How can this be? Okay, this planet is... This has been settled before. These are bases all over this planet. and yet it says I was the first one here. So we have come across a planet that is one of the original planets from Euclid, and it's settled by some of the original people that, you know, it says 2018, but these are people that have been here. There's another building right there, a couple more. Holy mackerel, look at that. So have it a quick, there you go. And there's our glyphs, guys. There's the actual glyphs for this planet. If you can make it out, I got to find a dark enough spot. How about we do this? Hold on. There you go. Now you can see the glyphs a little better. Bottom left corner. So we got bird, sunset, sunset, bird. You got the Triforce is what I call it, dragonfly. Sunset, sunset, dragonfly, sunset, sunset, dragonfly. So there you go. That is the name of this system, and it's kind of a nasty planet, don't get me wrong. But look at these structures. There's a base there. Yeah, original boundary failure type planet. That looks like someone tried to do a sky base. That's all that's left. Is just one of the domes. Isn't that crazy? And yeah, I know you're looking at this one too. What is this? Wow. Original build, guys. These are original builds. Whoops. Didn't mean to run into it. More damage myself than them. Wish I could hover. Wow, check this stuff out. Unbelievable. Okay, so we found an original planet is what we did. Oh, right. So even though it said first contact, we don't really necessarily want to believe that. But I don't think I've ever seen that particular monument, if you will. That monument is fabulous. I didn't know that that was a possibility. So that is really, really cool. Okay, enough being mesmerized. Let's get out of the atmosphere here and check things out. Okay, so here we are. And you know what the interesting thing is that this is an abandoned system too. Crazy. So are any of these planets... Let me see something here. Yeah, see, so this planet... There it is. Discovered 8 years ago by Plays Games. Look at that. Look at that. 8 years ago. And this, I mean, the game is only 9 years old. It is 9 years old. So this is one of the original systems. So Quagmire, Boiling Doom, Isotopic, Incandescent, Lava, and Desolate has activated cadmium. Oh, we've got cadmium in the system. That's good. And uranium over here. That may be where we're going to be heading. Because we need to make more things. Okay, so activated would be better, but that's going to be a nasty planet. But you know what? Let's go ahead and mark it. Let's head over there. Tumai's Rekf is what the name of the system is. Absolutely fascinating. Alright, so where's the planet that we just highlighted? Let's see, up here? Nope, didn't have that. That's our space station. We don't need to go there right now. We should head there anyway. There it is. The planet that we want to is over there. Let's go ahead and hit the space station. Gotta find it again. Because they'll have upgrades and stuff. So let's go ahead and hit it. You know what I mean. Land there. Fascinating. Okay, let me see how many of these I can make. 2, 3, 4. Alright, we need more ferrite dust, it says. Warp cell. Alright, so we got enough warp cells now, right? So our warp drive at 34. 67. 100%. Okay, so we're 100% charged on our hyperdrive. But it takes a lot of warp cells to get that going here. So let's start over here. We know all the upgrades will be over here. By the way, your running ability, it does not recharge when you're in your ship. If you get in there when your running is really low. Let's see here. So what? This. Multi-tool expansion, that's good. Some nanites, we don't really need them, but that's okay. Hyperdrive module, good. And a salvage data. Okay, we'll get our exosuit upgrade. Which you see we got our supercharge down here. That's good. I don't really need any more cargo space at this point, so I'll put it over here. And we have we have a multi-tool upgrade we can add. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, just add it in. Doesn't really do much for a multi-tool, obviously. It just adds an extra spot over there. That's okay. There. I'll do that. Makes it look prettier. A-class multi-tool, though. I forgot about that. That's good. Alright, and there's nothing on the other side for us, so we'll just keep going. Okay. Glad I got a picture of that. That was really neat. Alright, so the planet we want to go to is right over there, so we're going to head that direction. Activated cadmium, I believe, will get us a better ratio on the chromatic metal. Plus, we need some more ferrite dust, obviously. We'll look for some chests and stuff like that, too. You know, any of those green chests will have the rusted metal, so we can do that. Is that, have I scanned that world yet? Lava planet. Okay, I was wondering. It looks like it has a lot of water on it, I swear. But, you know, from this distance, sometimes the planets look like they have water, sometimes they don't. That kind of thing. So, anyway. You notice our pulse drive is dropping like a rock, too. How are we doing on that? I'm going to hang on to the tritium. The pyrite is more useful for this. And that had... What else did it have on it? Old magnetized ferrite. Okay. So we won't have any uranium, but that's okay. If I have to, I can make some launch fuel. I really don't want to, but we'll see. So this might take a little longer than I expected, but I have a funny feeling this is still going to be our last episode, so... What a brilliant find, though. What a brilliant find. Alright, there we go. We're at our planet that we marked. Okay, so no storms going on at the moment. We'll take a close look at the ground and see if we can find anything. Maybe we can have... Oh, it's one of those planets. Okay, got it. Maybe we can see the cadmium from above. Magnetized ferrite will not be red. Phosphorus would be, but not magnetized ferrite. From elsewhere. Fauna is from elsewhere. I love that. I don't see any fauna yet, but we'll check them out when they appear. All right, so get as much cadmium as we can. I thought it said it had activated cadmium. Now it just says cadmium. How did that happen? Let's check. Cadmium. So I wanted activated cadmium, but you saw it said activated cadmium at the time. But, well, we're here. So I'll just grab what I can. We'll just stick with cadmium. Cadmium, I think, is still a 2-to-1 ratio, like copper is, so we'll need a lot of it to get more chromatic metal. So, and we're going to need to get some ferrite, like I was talking about. We'll check for some buried tech as well, buried caches that is, and see what we can find as far as that's concerned. Yep, charge depleted. Let's see. Yeah, that's all right. We'll get more if we have to. There we go. All right, let's see how much we got. We got about 300. We can get more. There was another deposit near us. See, I thought we were going to be worrying about storms here, and then I landed on the planet. I'm like, well, this doesn't look like the kind of planet that has storms. And now I know why. It's because it changed as soon as we got here. Now, I blame some of the world's updates and stuff like that. That may be the reason why maybe nobody has been here since the update. You know, that can happen. You leave a system behind and you forget to go back after many, many years. So, that can happen. Where'd my ship go? Famous last words, I know. Okay, let's drop down a refiner. And we'll get this moving along.
Technology recharge.
Start with you. And it is at a 2-to-1? It is 2-to-1. Okay, that's fine. Let's get that moving. How much we have 113. Okay. So we do need more. We're going to definitely need more. So this will be worth our doing. Okay. While we're here. $69 extra light years. It gets up to 400. If we can just open this up, we need paraffinium and pugnium. Pugnium is not hard to get. We can get that from one of the Sentinels, but paraffinium is going to be a little tough. Not from this planet. Any of these planets? Yeah, that one has paraffinium, the Quagmire. Let's see. Yep, that's the only one that has it. So we will hit that planet next. I'd like to get that opened up because that'll give us a boost to our hyperdrive. And I think that is very valuable to do. Alright, let's get our mining laser out. And okay, we don't have any Sentinels near us. So let's get as much ferrite dust as we can right now. Geodes are great. Keep giving us magnetized, but we got that now. So let me see how many can we make now. Okay, can't make any more of those. You notice we need oxygen to make these. So I anticipate how many jumps? I said somewhere, see, it's going to be about 5,000 light years. So at 400 at a time, though, that's about, what, 12, 13 jumps? Probably 14, plus we have to charge it full. So the more warp cells we have, the better. We're going to need more oxygen. We're going to need more ferrite. Okay. Sorry, contemplating in my mind, thinking quietly. Quieter than I should be when I'm on one of these recordings. Alright, good deal. 342. Okay. So we can make 12. Now, this should be done. So let's get that moving along to the next stage. Let's see, cat. Okay. 9. And we need condensed carbon at this point too. So that's another thing we're going to need. I know I saw some near here. There it is. There we go. I'm thinking probably about 20 warp cells. I don't know about you guys. I mean, we'll go with 12 or 15 or something like that and just see how we do. But I just got a funny feeling we're going to need more than that. Okay. How we doing? 243? Okay. Alright, I'll wait on that. Let's do a quick search and see if there's any oxygen. We've got some oxygen over there. And more back there. Let's go for this. Over here. Alright. Any more creatures? That should be one, right? That's plant life. They say there's creatures here, but I don't see any. Probably only one. Okay, here's our oxygen. It looks like there was only the one plant. Okay. Still charging. There's the other one. Ah, good, good. Alright. We should scan these, because maybe it has oxygen as a secondary element? No, it doesn't. Of course not. That does. So these metal plates have oxygen, so we can probably get some extra oxygen that way. Go get some more chromatic metal cooking. We shouldn't need a whole ton more. I think we're getting to that point where we should be okay. Ow. What am I looking for? You.
Technology recharge.
Alright, oxide. Okay. Geothermal event. Great. That's not going to be fun. Where's the copper? Alright, good. That's moving along. Condensed carbon is the other thing we need, too. Let's head this way. Hoping for an oxygen patch, but we also need to look for buried caches, like I said. Whoop, too far. That's carbon over here and over there. Good. Okay, good. Done. Any creatures? No? It's very odd, because I know it says that fauna is from elsewhere, which usually means that there is something here, but... Alright, buried cache, buried cache, buried cache, buried cache. No? No buried caches anywhere. Well, there may not be any on this planet as a possibility. Oh, can't get those yet. Okay, there's my miner. Okay, so you're done. Not picking it up yet, so. Oh, 12. Alright, let's make some warp cells. Got 12 of those. Can we make more? Okay, we need more oxygen for that. Okay, good. So we can get 14 warp cells. So we'll put this in our starship. We need more oxygen. Probably... Yeah, we can make one more. Like I said, I want to make 15, but I'm going to hold off on it for now, okay? So we do need oxygen at some point. Let's pick this up. It's not giving us a lot of oxygen. These are giving us like 1 oxygen, 2 oxygen each. Okay, so, yeah, we're up to 28. Whoop-de-dee. Alright, let's go head over to the other planet. I'm going to get some paraffinium, because I really want to break that open. There it is. And we'll head here. I don't think we're lined up right, but that's okay. As we get close, we'll be fine. And we're going to have to take on a sentinel, whether we like it or not, just to get some 10 pugnium out of them. That should only be 1, maybe 2 sentinels tops. And we can go from there. And then we'll start hop skipping and jumping out of the system. We got a full warp drive right now with 15 warp cells, so I think we might be able to make it. And if we put our get that supercharged slot open, then we're in really good shape. We can get that thing really moving along. Right? That's the only... Yeah, there's no other supercharged slots that I can see. That's the only one. So, okay. Alright. It's a cold planet, it looks like. Yep, frost crystals. Okay. So, we can get dioxide here too, but paraffinium should be normal, right? Hang on. It says Quagmire. This is a cold planet. Okay, so all the planets are different from what it's telling us. Let's go ahead and land and take a look. Because this is a cold planet, guys. See? Cadmium, dioxide, sodium. There's no paraffinium here. No paraffinium. Okay. Doesn't look like a Quagmire planet to me. See? Icy planet. These are what these planets used to be, I think. Fascinating. Okay. Is that where we started? I don't remember. We're going to find out. Of course, our launch thrusters are gone. Let me see here. Put the rest of our uranium in. We do have 5 launch fuels. So we're in good shape. This should get us at least launched once. Yes, that's good. Let's recharge that with one of those. Alright, let's check out our planets here. So that's the planet I said we were going to go ahead and head to. And it was saying it was a scorched planet, right? And I think this is the planet we came from. Let's head this way. So very interesting that it can tell us what these planets are. Okay, so it says cadmium and phosphorus. Okay, hang on. So we came from this planet. I believe, yeah, because there's the space station. What do you say you are? Ah, you're not telling us. Let's find out. Cadmium, uranium. Okay, let's take a look around. That's the planet we came from just now. That's a lava planet. Okay, so we don't have any phosphorus here. I mean, see, that's another planet. That's the metallurgic one. Okay. Alright, so I think we need to leave the system now. So we need to go somewhere else, because this system was discovered 8 years ago, and that's what the planets used to be. And you notice that all the planets are starting to pop in, right? You see planets popping in? These are purple systems that we're not going to have access to yet. So you see, stellar manifestation, all erased sectors restored. I can't even imagine how many planets it is now. Okay, so where's the galactic center? Hold on. Galactic core is that way. So as we jump, we're going to head further and further this way. We should be able to go 400 light years. Let's see. That's 3, and what do you know? It's a dissonant system. Let's go ahead and go there. Looks like we got a moon. Maybe it'll have enough planets. If not, we'll just take another jump. I want to find a planet with paraffinium, and we'll go from there. Okay, ignoring the space station for now. Let's check out the planets. Okay, so this has been discovered. And there is a moon, gamma intensive. And this one, paraffinium, humid planet. Let's get there. And we can now repair that one spot, and we'll get some more range. I was hoping to get it on our first jump. And you'll notice that there's no dissonant planets here, because the first system you go to that's dissonant, the dissonance disappears. It's the second system you go to that you find it. I don't know why that is. There's a reason behind it, and I don't remember what that reason was. But we shall see. And pulse drive. More pyrite. Now, as time goes, once we get our paraffinium, this spot open, we're done. We just need to get to the center. Okay, we need to head towards a landmass. Love this music, by the way. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the music, but that music is really cool. Alright, dropping it through the clouds. Whoa, okay. Didn't expect it to have a little bit of a graphic issue there. Okay, I'm going to let it... The sky and the ground come into play. What an amazing looking planet, though. Cool. Alright, just need to land. Alright, let's land right here. Let's land right here. Thank you. Ship. Okay, 100% landing on the launch fuel. Sorry, 100% launch fuel. We got magnetized ferrite. Magnetized ferrite. Paraffinium, 145, right there. Good. Let's hit it. And what about the sentinels here? Frequent, it says. Okay, that's good. We're on mining beam. Let's go over to our terrain manipulator. We didn't need much, right? I know we're too far away, but 150. Okay. Where's the paraffinium? Should be right here, huh? This would be a false deposit. Alright, so we have any other paraffinium anywhere nearby? Right there, 510. Any over here? 414. Okay, let's head to that deposit. Maybe we'll have better luck. Don't hit the ground too hard, buddy. And anything on the way? And we could be very interested in finding something that looks like healing package so we can get our life support, that extra plus sign. Oop, right there. Okay, yep, no, just more nanites. Okay. Alright, so it's underwater. Oh, is that one? It is one. Excellent. So, health restored. That's what I wanted. Alright. So, swimming backwards. You ever see that before? Famous for it. Okay. 30. 40. 50. Keep going. 60. 70. 80. 100. Will we get it all before this dies? 120. 30. 40. 50. Got it. Okay, got 150. Okay. I'm going to switch over to our bolt caster. We got 12 pugnium, so we're all set. There we go. Salvage glass. So we're going to look this way.
Warning.
Okay.
Sentinel combat
There they
unit
are.
deployed.
Alright, so they can look for me for the next 20 seconds while I make my way back to my ship. Ooh, oxygen. There we go.
Life support power low.
Yep, I realize that. Thank you.
Technology
Excellent.
recharge.
Okay, we're in good shape. And time's up. Good. We got antimatter out of that. Isn't that cool? Let's make another warp cell. There you go. There we go. We made 2. Alright, we're in good shape. We got 30 pugnium. We can now fix my ship. We're in good shape, and we can get out of here. Center of the galaxy, here we come. Center of the galaxy, here we come. Fun part is that this episode, on the day it comes out, might be the day, or at least at the beginning of the week, that we have our expedition. Just prior to the anniversary of No Man's Sky, 9-year anniversary for No Man's Sky. Isn't that something, right? Alright, there we are. And there's our ship. Alright, let's fix it. Right now. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see, right here. And it's ready to go. So what do we got? We got 401 light years. Let's see what happens when we put this here. That 454. Okay, so putting this here, wrong one. Putting this here, 454. There we go. Gives us an extra 50 light years. So that's not terrible. I mean, that is 11, 12 jumps all total. And our hyperdrive, we've made one jump, and how far did we get? A 90%. Look at that. So the efficiency in the hyperdrive is good. We should be able to make 10 jumps at that range, if you think about it. So that's fantastic. I didn't need anywhere near as many warp cells. Okay, then we're ready to go, aren't we? Center of the galaxy, here we come. So, once again, hyperspace, and when you look at the top left, you see I'm 5,000 light years away. And from the camera, mind you, okay? So the camera is, we are 5,100 light years or so. Okay, good. Center of the galaxy is that way, bright, big, bright center. So we should be able to go 450. That's 435. That's about as close as we're going to get. So let's just jump here. And we're just going to continue jumping. We're not going to pause. Get out of here, right into hyperspace again. Galactic core. And let's see. So this one is 381. Atlantid drive. Yeah, purple stars need Atlantid drives. Emerald. 419. Let's go there. So anything north of 400. Every time we hit 400, that's where we're going to go. So that'll get us in 10 jumps. That'll get us 4,000 light years, right? Of course, we're not going in a perfectly straight line, so is what it is. A lot of these systems are discovered when you get to the center here. So there's the center. Just got to remember that I am not in a Sentinel ship, so interesting. And we don't have to get all the way there because we're going to get to a spot that will be... Oops, is that? No. We're going to get to a spot that'll be a little ways away from the center. 407. Let's go there. So it'll probably be about 50 to 100 light years out from the center. We won't actually know the exact distance, but we'll have a couple extra jumps that we'll have to do. Okay. Let's get rid of that. How far are we at? 61. Okay, so we made 4 jumps, 61. Excellent. So we've got a good, efficient hyperdrive here. We're at 3,600. Let me see. This is 270, 373. Out of jump range. Just out of jump range. Look at that. 45. What about that one? 467. 84. They're going higher as I go up that way. 460. Oh, we're so close. Jerk. Kind of crappy. That's the closest, isn't it? What, 373 can't be. It's got to be one closer than that, right? What about you? Alright, I think we're going to have to settle for a closer star. Let's do the 373. Okay. There we go. Probably, what, 5? Yeah, 5 star. 5 times I've warped now. Yeah. Alright, good, good. Here we go. Ooh, what's that? 378. But you'll notice there's not much past that, right? You go beyond this and you're getting into the galactic center. So we're pretty much it. I think this is it. Can't imagine. I think we're going to have to... As you can see, the dotted line led away from here. So we have to get to a world that will allow us to go to the center from it. hopefully it's not like a dissonant world or, you know, cadmium only world or something stupid like that. Okay, so it's taking us to one more planet. You notice there's no dashed line, so this is the place we want to go. So we'll be jumping to the center from here. A lot shorter journey than I expected. So it looks like we are at about 3,000 or so, I guess, light years from the center. It'll tell us in a moment. Okay, here we go. So let's check. Let's check real quick. 3,000 light years from the center. And where is it taking us? To the center. Okay, so this is it. So in order to go to the center, we have to have a fully charged hyperdrive. So let's do that real quick. There we go. Fully charged. This is it, guys. Finally. And we're at the 1 hour mark exactly. Isn't that something? Alright. And it's weird. You gotta choose it in such a way. Like, for instance, I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna get this set up there. Nope, not there. Galactic Center. There we go. There. Select a star, Galactic Center, and we've done it. Alright, so as soon as we get to the other side, our ship is probably going to be in bad shape, but we're going to call it at the end here. Wow, that is something, isn't it? That is something. Had a great, great time. Alright. Amazing, amazing. So we're gonna check our timer. See, when we jump back out of in and out of our ship, we have to get to our ship, jump in and out of it, get a save point, and then we're gonna check how much time this took. I'm thinking about 5.5 hours is what we're looking at, maybe a little less. 5:10, 5:15, somewhere in there. So hopefully by now, and I'm thinking at the time that this video comes out, you will have heard about my new idea for a speed run. These speed runs can be done outside of the norm, outside of any expedition. And we'll try to do this on live streams for the most part, but I may put out a video showing how it's done. So we'll see what happens here. So we're going to the second galaxy. This should be the Hilbert dimension, I think it is. Fade out to black. Fade back in. And it should announce to us what system this is. I believe, like I said, I think it's the Hilbert dimension. There we go. Indeed. Love the lens flares around the outside. That's always great. Very pretty. Can't do it. As long as it doesn't crash on me. Anytime now. Come on. There we go. Re-begin initialization.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
Ew. I'm already not liking this place.
Life support systems activated.
I'm on a planet with above-ground seaweed, apparently.
Shield kinetic system online.
And that guy over there had fleas. Fantastic. Multi-tool laser attachment. Jetpack's online or no? Or is it damaged?
Aerial propulsion jetpack online.
It is online.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational.
Yeah, we got a mining beam, but we do not have anything else.
User initialization sequence.
So if we check real quick, everything's damaged, as you can see. Including everything in my starship and everything in my multi-tool. Including my visor. I have nothing I can use. However,
Radiation protection.
They always point you in the direction of your ship. Oh, can I fix that? Let me find out. Of course I need uranium. That's okay. I like the little exclamation point. See? Damaged. That's damaged too. Can we fix anything right now? Let's find out. Mining beam. There it is. Okay, that we could fix. Can we fix this? Carbon nanotubes? I think we can make that. There we go. Alright, we're back to normal. Scanner? Scanner, yeah. Okay, we're good. And we needed what? Uranium and a wiring loom, huh? Yeah, we're not going to get either one of those, except we don't need that, so... At least at the wiring loom. And what about our... carbon nanotubes, dihydrogen jelly? I think we can do both. Nope, can't do that. Okay. Oh, we can in a moment. We just need enough to get a dihydrogen jelly. There we go. One dihydrogen jelly. Okay. And, oh, we put us at 50%. Cool. Alright, off to the ship. And there's our ship right there. Well, we don't have any uranium on the way, so let's just head for the ship. We'll get there. We have sodium. Let's do that. And batteries. We had batteries too. No big deal. We just got to make it to the ship.
Radiation protection falling.
There we go. And welcome to the ship. We did it.
Shield down.
Yeah, whatever. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. And we're going to call this one complete. Excellent. So we just had some repairs to do if we want to continue on, but we're not going to. Let's go ahead and jump out to mode select. We just saved 6 seconds ago. Where are we with the time? 5 hours and 20 minutes. 19 minutes. 5 hours, 19 minutes. But still, not bad. That was a pretty fortunate run. If you all have to admit that. Finding the grave within 5 minutes of landing on that airless planet, that's incredible. I mean, you couldn't have begged for anything better than that. So I want to say congratulations to us. I think we did a fantastic job. Want to thank you all for watching. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. So again, the new challenge. So if you're paying attention, you didn't hit the stop button hopefully too soon. The new challenge is going to be a no starter ship challenge in an abandoned mode. In abandoned mode, you're going to set the difficulty to the highest setting, that is survival mode. You're not going to go all the way to permadeath. And you're also going to give yourself all the recipes. All recipes are available, so you don't have to worry about getting glyphs or anything like that. You'll have all the glyphs, you'll have everything you need. How you do this is completely up to you, but it's a no starter ship challenge. You cannot go to your starter ship for any reason. You can't use any of the inventory on board. So you have to find another crashed ship, repair all the main parts of the ship, that is the shields, the launch thrusters, the hyperdrive, the cannons, and the I'm missing something, the pulse drive. You have to repair all 5 of those, and then you have to get to the center of the galaxy from there. So it means finding a portal. You'll have all the glyphs, so you just go through the one glyph real quick. You get to as close to the center as possible and hyperspace your way in there. Again, how you do it is up to you. If you want to take time building an exocraft so you can find the ship faster on the planet, go ahead. If you want to go to a dissonance system, find a sentinel ship instead because it'll be faster, go ahead. If you want to just go by the seat of your pants as fast as you can, go ahead. Who can come up with the fastest time? That is the challenge. And I dare anybody to give a shot at it. We can give it a shot, but the thing is, you have to record it. So I do recommend OBS Studios. OBS is a free recording software, and you just have to be able to record it and just post it on your own YouTube channel. You don't have to be a content creator. You don't have to have any verbal messages, no microphone, no camera. You just have to have the video unedited and uninterrupted with a timer showing. The timer I use is called Live Split, L-I-V-E-S-P-L-I-T, all one word, Live Split. And you can put that on your screen and show us the time being uninterrupted all the way through. It could take you a while, so when you do this, make sure you spend the time doing it, because if you have to stop the game for any reason, and we've had to pause things, you go out to the escape menu, you hit pause for a moment on the timer, that's one thing. But if you have to exit the game for any reason, like going to bed and you get up in the morning, you start out and you start from where you left off, the timer is now interrupted. So keep that in mind. Make sure it's an uninterrupted run. And that's going to be the main rule there. And that's the tough part. That's why I'm going to be doing them live. All right, guys. And we'll have one episode showing us doing that. So we'll give you the idea of how that works. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll see you guys again next time in No Man's Sky. This is ElanPaul signing off. Have a great time, folks.